just want you to know how sorry we are that things got so f***ed up with us and Mr. Wallace.
I'm Winston Wolfe. I solve problems.
Hello, Netrunners around the world. My name is BJ, and you are watching the second half of the 1 vs 4 playoff match for the Chronos Protocol International Tour in Brisbane, Vegas, as it's known. I am here once again with the man on the left of the game, Andrew R. Andrew, feeling confident after the first game win, getting it home?
Not confident, no.
Not confident. So, second leg here, you are chasing 4 points to...
That's right.
To being the top seed, of course. Hit 4, you'll be going straight through to the final.
It's risky because, Wayland with their attitude these days and all their money and their scorching. Right now, the game plan is, assuming I don't have another, mental breakdown like I did in the NBN game and just start randomly doing things.
Yes.
My game plan will be to initially pressure the hand.
Yes.
Obviously with count siphons.
Yes.
And then switch to R&D and hopefully get a lock.
Excellent.
And see everything before he does.
And so, of course, Kuso, like you in the previous game, only getting ice over HQ, not protecting R&D. So, a bold move once again.
Wayland can sort of get away with it more because, they probably play with snares.
Yep,
and they
absolutely.
just love me to hit a snare.
Yep. And I would love to see a snare as well because it's become one of my favourite sound effects in our video coverage.
That looked like a bastion or a paper wall. I couldn't just quite see that.
And once again, apologising for the terrible glare we had
It was a
in the
bastion.
filming of
That was
this
a bastion.
All right, so we're looking at a 4-strength barrier.
That's right.
Yep, so Kuso, of course, in this deck there was some monster ice that at some
This
point...
is a Wayland Glacier deck. I don't know this yet.
Yep. And so here's a green level clearance, of course, another staple in Wayland, making some money. Kuso already up to a good amount of credits.
Yeah, he's transactioning away,
Yep.
which Wayland loves to do.
Keep
Checking a upgrade straight on there. Now that... My first thought would be something like a Benice Mai if this is a Scorched Earth deck.
Okay, yeah.
Trace 5 on a successful run. That would be really bad. I don't have much money.
And of
However,
course,
I'm sporting a New Angeles City Hall.
I was just about to say, so in this current meta, New Angeles City Hall become one of your favourite cards, would you say?
Loving it.
Absolutely.
Just dodging those snare tags. And,
Yes.
sea sources.
And so, of course, New Angeles City Hall, spend 2 to not take the tag, essentially.
Yep. And it also ties in quite well with count siphon.
Yes.
So you don't have to waste your clicks.
Yep.
You can make
Getting
a bit
rid
of
of
cash
those,
back.
that's it.
Around those sort of sea source type events.
Yep. So finally, Kuso's getting... so was there a run? He
didn't res. I looked at a card and I think I said I access, but maybe he didn't hear me, so I was just...
okay. Yep. Absolutely.
And he raced ahead. We're playing very quickly.
Very
we just want to get this done. And
it was a very long day, and this was at the end of an extremely trying day.
Forgive any mistakes we make here, because our brains are fried by this time. I'm just going to see
and
Chaos
quality
Theory.
timing there, of course.
Yep,
and
just powering through the deck. I don't care too much how much I'm going to discard, because I'm trying to get the rig build as quickly as possible and start pressuring my opponent. So you can see... clicking for credits.
Clicking with credits to get that sure gamble up. So, desperate times, we just say?
No. Once I've got enough money to, start playing Magnum Opus, which is probably...
I can't see it in your
hand.
No,
I can't see it either.
So, one of those draws, already drawn through so much of your deck, can't hit your money making.
So it doesn't look good.
Really what you want to do.
This is not a great start.
And of course, Kuso, has already put down a piece of ice on that remote server. So, perhaps he's feeling a little bit cocky right now. I don't know.
Start advancing and scoring now.
And he's just making money, clicking for money.
Which makes me feel it's a Scorch deck.
Yeah, okay. Not too interested in scoring the points, just interested in just tagging bag.
Not very interactive.
Yeah.
They just sort of sit there, make a heap of money, do the math, and wait for you to run, which of course you have to do.
And so there's a good move there. So you've test run for a fem.
Yep.
Indexed R&D.
Yep.
And we're about to see if you get any luck and love out of this particular...
Oh, we haven't seen any agendas.
So haven't looked there. I don't know any agendas in there. I don't know if there are.
No.
So there is a roto turret. We've seen an ash.
No love.
Well, there you go.
It's not paying off.
And so it seems tip for attack. Kuso indexed, of course. Your deck before. Saw no love either.
So that's terrible.
Really, you just want to see 4 points off there and just use pump fed through there a couple more times. And scavenging Fem back out and then changing the HQ.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess if they're not in the top 5 cards of R&D, perhaps they're in hand. So that is a fair call, as
Yep.
I can hear the cogs ticking over. And there's Tim's. No,
Lucky dice.
There we
number
go.
5.
And
Oh, thank you,
beautiful.
Tim Bunn from Team Covenant. Your lucky dice continues to pay out. And that's how done, folks.
I've never seen anything like that. Come
Don't choose, let lucky dice choose.
That's right. Particularly if they're being kissed by Tim.
Now, I have just scored. Punitive Counter-Strike about now would be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost New Angeles City Hall.
Yes, for scoring
so
points,
here we
of
go.
course. New Angeles trashed. And you're holding 2 cards in hand?
2 cards.
Only 2?
Yep. So
Wow.
one punitive Counter-Strike could end this game right now. I'm feeling, as what I can see from his hand, that he does not have it.
You're sitting out on the edge of your seat right
Instead, he's
now.
probably going to go advance that agenda safely.
I can feel the tension from here. There's a level of... No, wait, no.
Yeah.
Change of...
So we can assume that's an ash.
Yep. So there's the ash. Okay, here it is. So first click drawing. Second click drawing.
Got to get out of...
All right. Third click drawing. And... Any runs going to happen here? What? Oh, what's he
Yep,
thinking?
we're hitting
What's
the
he
hand.
thinking? Here we go.
Yep. 1 credit to hit the hand, that's always worth it.
All right.
Hoping not for a snare.
No, not number 6, he says. Not number 6, but I'll take 5. It's pointing that way anyway.
That's what happens when you ignore lucky dice.
Ignore the lucky dice. You're not going to get anywhere.
6 is a reroll.
That's right. Yeah, everybody knows
Why
that.
do I ignore your lucky
That
dice?
is unbelievable.
That was my own fault.
Alrighty, so Kuso's like, had enough of that. I've got a feeling he must be holding something in hand, surely, if he's
Yes.
getting sick and tired of this HQ malarkey.
It might only be 1, but yeah, once he ices up like that. Or either he's just trying to draw me in, but
Absolutely.
you think for 1 credit, probably.
Alright, so right now you've just drawn a diesel. Are you thinking... No, you're not thinking? You're self-modifying coding? Oh, there's too many choices there. Or green as well.
Yeah,
by the way.
but
I'd like to see
no
all
money.
that. 0 money indeed.
That's an issue. So I don't know what I'm going to do. This is a surprise for me too.
And I guess at this point you must be happy because you've been moneyless. You haven't had your breaker out. Kuso's had all the opportunity in the world to plonk something down behind there and just
he may be worried
potentially score that
I'll
through.
scavenge the fan and race in and grab it.
Yep, excellent.
I guess that's a legitimate threat now that he's seen that
Absolutely.
played out.
Yep.
We know I don't have a
And
scavenge
obviously,
in
I mean, if he had a punitive Counter-Strike or something in hand as well, he'd probably be tempted just to put something down there to have you score.
However,
and
he
then do the
knows
damage
that
afterwards.
it's 1 point now for game.
All right, there we go. So finally,
Test run for
Magnum
Opus.
for the Magnum.
Clicked for 6.
And we're clicking for 6. So
And that's
guessing.
that.
And there he goes.
Green
Green level clearance, of course. More money, says Kuso. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
Does like the money.
Also, a massive fan of your V for Vendetta sleeves you're playing with there. I couldn't imagine where you got those from.
I don't recall either. They just appeared.
Not on loan. Yeah. So anyway.
Very disorientating for the
Kuso, of course, stacking up his ice. He doesn't like to be aggressive and pushing it out. See, if I was creating an ice wall, I want that creeping across the table in somebody's face. Kuso, however, seems far more respectful and likes to just
sometimes you
stack
can
it up
hit
a little
surprise, hidden ice.
bit. Yeah, that's right. You didn't know I had 3 pieces there. They were all stacked up. Concertinaed. Excellent.
Diesel leading out there.
Diesel again. So you've gone for big card draw in this deck.
Well, I know
So
that the Magnum
quality
Opus
times-
is on top. I
Yep,
have
absolutely.
a big need for money right now, so it looks like I'm
for
just
sure.
clicking
So
for
clicking
4.
There you go.
Keep,
So
keep
Diesel
it moving.
Magnum.
Alright,
click
so
for
the deck's
4.
beginning to move. We're beginning to roll.
All right, so now you've got your money on the table.
This is one of the slower starts of that deck.
Yep.
But 3 points when I'm chasing 4.
Of course, big score straight off the bat.
terrible.
So, I mean, the thing is, you're R&D maybe to score, hostile takeover, something along those lines, just to get it over done with. Okay.
So it looks like he's beginning to move.
So what would be your thought processes now as you're looking at this game? 2 ice over that remote server, card just installed.
I'd expect it to be an agenda.
Yep.
But, so I'm basically running down here. I don't think I'm going to get through, obviously.
Yep. So you've just clicked and clicked.
I'm hoping I've got enough money to survive an archer.
Yep. Kuso just avoiding a phone call there.
So I'm probably just trying to bleed some credits by make him res something and see what it is. And whoa!
Talking about bleeding credits,
Hadrian's Wall.
You can't bleed many more credits than Hadrian's Wall.
It's safe to say I'm not going to get in there anytime soon.
Yep.
I've actually switched from Corroder to Snowball anyway, which makes it even more expensive.
So there's a snowball's chance in hell of getting in there, is that what you're saying?
It's not going to happen.
So we've left, how many credits is Kuso on now? I think it's on 4 credits.
Oh, no.
Yep, 4 credits.
Count siphoned his hand into an ice wall.
Into an ice wall. And we just spoke about this in the previous game.
Well, no one look at that. Look away.
I saw nothing.
Maybe I was hoping to make him res another Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah, that's right.
It's in the count siphon.
If you've got ice that big, there's a bastion up, there's a Hadrian's Wall up. Maybe he's...
Okay, so the game plan.
Yes.
If I can't get in the hand to the count siphon,
Yep.
it's R&D lock. So I really have to start forcing my way into R&D.
And so you've put Flare in this deck now. Tell me about Flare.
Torch.
Torch, sorry. So
Yep.
tell me about Torch and the effect that it's having and why you've switched to Torch in recent times.
Well, it's one of my test run / scavenge targets.
Yep. Beautiful combo. You've used it. Yeah,
it's
I saw
a
it all
brilliant
day. Yep.
breaker with tinkering.
Yep.
You tinker something like an archer, it's not as painful, or a Hadrian's Wall or whatever.
For sure.
You can get in that way quite well.
Yep.
There's an agenda.
There we go. Hostile takeover.
Yep.
So bad public for you. And
Great
once again,
news.
Kuso back
I
in the money.
need bad publicity right now.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I've just played the R&D interface, so it's clear that I'm beginning to...
Yep, you got a taste for it.
Yep. Levi Lab there, so I'm just shuffling. I'm trying to draw a new hand, basically, and get my account siphons back.
Absolutely.
So I'll be also looking for Snowball to quickly get past Ice Wall and then account siphon his hand a few times.
Yep.
And then switch to R&D. That would be the plan, ideally. Assuming I don't wander off or make some more horrible errors.
And get distracted by the shinies.
There are so many shinies over there.
That's right.
I can barely see from that clear.
Yeah, that's right. Every card is almost shiny right now. Okay, so how does this hand do you some favours? We're looking at some money. We're looking at another scavenge.
Scavenge is great. You can reset
in there as well.
Fem.
Yep, absolutely.
Which I may need to do at some point. Now that Torch is out, resetting Fem would be pretty good.
Yep, so Torch, of
Still
course,
no
is
Snowball.
what breaker is Torch for those people playing
Code
at home? Code Gate breaker, alrighty.
So I've got a Sentry Breaker out. I'm looking for a Dinosaurus, by the way. Also didn't see that. I would scavenge Fem onto the Dinosaurus as soon as
So a
it's out.
Femosaurus, would you say, is what you're looking to create there?
It is really good.
Yeah.
Once your Fem's on the Dinosaurus, Fem becomes a lot better. Right now, she's incredibly expensive against... At some point, I have to expect an Archer now that there's a hostile takeover out.
Yep. So more money for Kuso. I think moving up to, 16 now, potentially?
He's got a lot. He can res anything he wants, really, and I know it. He knows it. He's thinking...
Is he confident with his R&D lock at the moment? I mean, you're only on 6 credits, but with Magnum Opus out, you could potentially be, churning some cash, but... you're always going to be behind the 8 ball against the Whale and
slowly taking control of the game. Momentum, without an account siphon hitting his hand, he is
all right. So here's the oversight on his favourite, which I hated running into when I played him.
Curtain Wall.
That's it.
Not a great spot for Curtain Wall. That would probably be an error on his part.
Yeah, and I think maybe, at the time when he put it on the outside, he was expecting you to potentially run in there. Probably had the money to res it at the time, so...
AI on that. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make it as
I've got
strong as it
Tinkering
could
in my
be.
hand, so Curtain Wall is only past 6.
Yep.
So Tinkering
Not being the
with
outside,
the Torch is exactly why I play, that sort of combo there, is to smash that kind of blocker there.
Yep.
and that'll leave R&D open, which is what I want.
So what are we assuming is installed behind his ice there at the moment? So potentially 2 ashes? I mean, we've seen one you've trashed.
At this point, you've got to assume ash. One thing... it's hard to tell what else that's splashing at this point. And there it is, of course. Yeah. There's an archer for the free res.
So just at this particular point, he's very happy with, right, throw up a curtain wall, throw up an archer, you'll go.
You can assume that's an agenda.
Yeah, I would say so.
Now, my plan is R&D lock.
Yes.
For some reason,
yes,
I'm about to go wandering on down that remote terror.
So is this what you talked about before getting distracted by the
Do
shinies?
not do this. I've tinkered whatever the middle one is.
I'm going to scavenge fam on to Archer. There you go.
For a breaker for 4.
Yep. Well, I guess you're looking for the win here. So, I mean, probably not such
This is a terrible, I believe, misplay on my part.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, I think I tinkered.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 to get through Archer with the fam.
I think the first click was a tinker, but I forget it. I should have marked it. So I forget the Archer.
Yeah.
So he reses a second Archer.
So you
Ouch.
tinkered that Archer, so...
But I've forgotten.
You've got a feeling you're going to pay for fam or try to pay for fam to get through Archer here.
I forgot that I tinkered it. So huge mistake on my part.
Once again, we're looking at, 6 hours
instead,
of gameplay?
Archer just kneecaps me. Get an arrow to the knee.
He's got an arrow to the knee. He's gone down. Good old Archer.
Yeah, so... Oh no, never mind. He's using it. That was the upgrade.
And what are we
The
looking
executive
at?
there,
Yeah,
he's
okay.
just powered Archer up to power 10.
Of course, yes, alrighty.
Torch could still actually break that.
Now,
I've just completely forgotten.
You've completely forgotten you had tinkered.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Just decided to make this really difficult for myself.
Well, you need a challenge. I mean, you went undefeated all day. All you can do is forget the basics of what you tinkered at a given point in time and just push shit uphill for a little while. So, then Kusa, of course, advanced.
Yeah.
We're assuming an agenda.
Yeah, so I'm
there.
just relishing the challenge.
Yeah, that's right. You're really trying to make it as difficult as you possibly can. Props to you as well. It's nothing like when the battlefield is obviously not level, just adding a few very steep inclines.
Just tired at this point. Like I said, just forgive me. Corporate troubleshooter, is the card that we read into down the bottom there. Sorry, I was calling it an executive something or other.
Oh yes, no, of course.
Corporate troubleshooter. Great card behind an Archer. Really good card, actually. I respect that play. Props to Kuso.
There you go,
well
Kuso,
done.
listening at home, you'll be watching this game. Surprise.
So a test run.
Test run, of course.
So I'm going back to R&D where I should have been.
Yep, sick of these shenanigans. Let's just go back to R&D. Kuso, of course, a lot poorer now than he was, or is he still fairly loaded over there? Yeah.
He
can't
pumped,
res...
Archer up by 6 to make it 10. So.
So, and are we looking for a win finally?
Yes.
Oh, he's going to access out the back first. And can Kuso res?
He does not res.
No res, alrighty. And so not hitting what you need. There's another ash, of course. Trashing ash. Thinking about it. Yes. Thinking about it. And there it goes. Kuso
You've
knew
got to
all
trash
along.
that when you get a
That's
chance.
right.
He didn't res it, so I have to trash. So he was
And the beautiful combo of the scavenge, I mean, that combined with that Levi. Do you only run one Levi in this deck?
Two.
Two Levi. So
I used to run one.
Yep.
Until Jinteki killed one time.
Yes.
And my same old thing.
Yes.
Because they tagged me with a snare at the same time, and all of a sudden, no Levi, and then I was bled drive cards. So I now run 2 for all the people at home.
Yep.
And I feel that really works.
And especially the combo you've got going on there. Test run, scavenge, getting Fem out for 3.
I need to. This deck needs to constantly churn over. It's very aggressive shaper.
Yep, for
you
sure.
need to be constantly churning the cards over.
Yep.
So I know he can't rest that. And
you've
he's got
seen
no
that.
money.
There it is. Oh, my word.
Damn. I was there, and it was still tense just watching this again.
So breathing a sigh of relief at the end of that. I mean, looking on the remote server, 2 archers and a at Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah, much respect to my opponent.
Absolutely. So Kuso deck, I mean, that Wayland deck probably tore people apart all day long. It was,
So it turns out it looks like a Glacier deck rather than a Scorched deck. Although the threat of Scorched is, of course, always in the back of your mind when you're playing these.
So that was the 1 vs 4 game. So Andrew, of course, now moving on to the final. We will see you on the flip side for the first game of the grand finale of the Chronos Protocol International Tour Bris Vegas edition. We will see you soon. I've been BJ. This is
Andrew.